Here's the 4 stages that I use to build information businesses that go over $10 million a year selling information. What's up, everyone? My name is Anik Singal. Welcome to the Fighting Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm going to get into this, and I'm so excited to talk about this topic. If you haven't figured it out yet, I love information marketing and I love information businesses, courses, coaching, consulting. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what I've done with Lurn 3.0. Lurn is now, that's it. We teach information marketing, and that is all we teach. We're not going to have lots of products. We're going to have 2. More on that coming up very soon. But I'm kicking off the official release of Lurn 3.0 with an amazing free live masterclass happening on September 8th. If you haven't heard me talk about it yet, you got to go save your seat for it. If you're on YouTube, the link is right below. If you're listening to us on a audio podcast system, lurn.com/8, because the masterclass is on September 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So again, lurn.com/8. Then in this masterclass, I'm going to show you exactly how to untap a $1 trillion industry, exactly how to pick the perfect niche, how to pick the perfect course for you, how to actually create a course in as little as a weekend, and on top of that, how to get your first few sales using absolutely free traffic and never doing paid media. And we're going to talk a lot about that today because there are 4 stages, all right? And those 4 stages dictate why I think so many people are failing at trying to do information marketing. Make sure you're on that masterclass, please. And then at the end of the masterclass, I'm going to reveal and launch, in my opinion, best product and program I've ever put out at absolutely the best offer I've ever put out. That's an opinion, okay, of course. Now remember, everything I talked to you about today comes as a culmination of me having done this for 20 years. I've sold deca millions worth of information products. I have an amazing team. I have lots of experience. I have a big audience. I have lots of assets in my disposal. So I wrote this 4 stages with you in mind because I know a lot of you are not going to be starting with that. It's okay? So everything will always be easier and sound easier when it comes from me because I know what I'm doing, but I want you to listen up and I want you to learn and I want you to apply. And I'm here to help and support you, okay? Whether it be through this podcast, through our free masterclass, through our LearnExpert.com community, or whether it be through any of our programs that you pay for. All right, so I came up with this formula many years ago. We're talking probably 2011, I think, was when I first released it, and I released something called the Empire Formula. I happened to fall upon it by mistake, but we're over 10 years later, and I'm mystified by the fact that it still stands true, exactly as is. I want you to imagine a pyramid where there's a base, and then it gets smaller, next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. I found it fascinating that so many people struggle with information marketing businesses, whereas for me, I think it's the easiest type of business to build. For me, I genuinely believe it to be the simplest of them all. I think you can execute fast, you can be in profit fast, you can have ridiculous lifetime value, you can acquire almost, it feels like, unlimited amounts of traffic. It becomes formulaic. You always know $1 in, $2 out, $1 in, $2 out. It's become scientific. So I sit back, I'm like, why do people struggle with this so much? And I think it's so much easier than e-commerce or FBA or eBay or blogging, or because it's in your control. You have control over every aspect of it. And then I figured out why it was. And it came back to my Empire Formula, okay? And we're going to cover this in a lot more detail on this free masterclass on September 8th. So the reason is this, okay? What are some of the common things we think of when we think about a information marketing business? I'll tell you the first word that comes to my mind that the industry has solidified in our minds is funnel. I love funnels, by the way. I have lots of funnels. I believe in funnels. The problem is I don't necessarily buy nor believe nor even want you to have a funnel when you're first starting. Do you know why? What is a funnel? A funnel is a series of multiple offers with the goal of better serving your customer, sure, with more products, but more so really increasing the amount that customer spends with you in the process, hence making you more money, hence giving you the ability to get more traffic. Now, the problem with that is you have to create more products. For someone who's just getting started, who doesn't even have one information course, then you tell them they have to have 5, it's incredibly daunting, time-consuming, scary, and risky. Then you have to create a funnel. You have to create the pages. Then you have to create the copy. Then you have to create a members area. Then you have to make sure that that members area is only giving access to the things they bought. It gets so complicated so quickly, and it becomes something that's going to take months. The problem with us as humans, though, is if we're not getting some kind of success quickly, if we're not seeing the returns of our investments, we tend to quit. So when you have to go for 3, 4, 5 months building this beautiful online course with this beautiful funnel and this beautiful copy and this beautiful this, you end up just quitting somewhere along the way because you're putting all the work and you're not seeing anything come out. The second thing that is a myth, I believe, is that people focus on, I gotta write good copy, gotta write great copy. No, you don't. If you do it the way I'm gonna share on the masterclass, copy is almost irrelevant. Do you need good copy? Heck yeah, but not when you're beginning. And I'm gonna explain that in a second. And the last step is like paid media. Oh my God, I gotta pay Facebook for traffic, I gotta pay YouTube for traffic. No, you don't. As a matter of fact, when you're getting started, that's the worst thing you can do on the planet. It's one of my favorite things to do, by the way. One of the reasons I love information marketing so much is because I pay for traffic and I can control the tap. But there's a difference between what I, Anik Singal, who's been doing this for 20 years should do, and you, maybe just starting, should do. You're just starting, do not do paid traffic. This will all wrap back into the Empire formula, into the 4 stages. So let's talk about it. The reason people are failing and are taking so long to try to get a start and quitting along the way is because they are putting the cart before the horse, as they say. When I'm talking to information marketers and they're getting started, the questions they should be asking are, what niche am I in? What's the topic of my course? And that niche, they should be making it micro. They should be in this niche, very specific. It makes everything so much easier. But most people want to start at the macro level niche. I need the biggest audience and this, that. It's a kiss of death when you're first starting. But the questions you should be asking is what niche, what exact course, and how am I going to get that course created quickly to test the market? Yes, you got to test fast, fail fast. And of course, hey, how am I going to sell my first few units? Notice how I didn't say how you're going to sell your first few million or your first few thousand. I said your first few units. You start to ask those questions and guess what happens? You can be executing a lot faster and be in business a lot faster, okay? So the 4 stages, here we go. Stage number 1 is your base. It's from when you're just starting, so you've done $0 in revenue up until you do $100,000 in revenue. You are in stage 1. This is your play area. This is your testing area. This is you getting used to understanding what the information marketing world is. Some people will be in this stage for a year and a half, 2 years. Some people will be in this stage for a month or 2 months. Some people, heck, I've seen some people blow past it in 2 weeks. That's very uncommon. Most of the time, people are in stage 1 for a few months, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. Why? Just getting used to things. You're starting to figure out what works. You're getting used to your audience and all of that jazz. But here's the funny thing. In stage 1, you should not have funnels. You should not do paid media. You should not focus on great copy. All you should focus on is getting a good product done quickly out to the market, testing. The number one thing that you need to be focusing on in stage 1 is audience. What am I talking about? This is going to be on the masterclass, so make sure you come join us. LURN.com/8. The biggest asset that you can have, and the biggest thing that's never talked about in the information marketing space, I feel, is audience. Now I have 3 favorite places I like to build an audience, and I will reveal my number 1 favorite place on this masterclass, but it's Facebook groups, YouTube, TikTok. Now I won't reveal to you which one of those is my favorite until we are on the masterclass, but one of these 3 places are free tools, and your goal in the stage 1 is to accrue audience. Get people to follow you, know you, like you, trust you. That's it. You're not going to do that through paid traffic. You want to already have a community before paid traffic even begins so that they get injected into a community and a culture that was preset. So stage 1, the biggest thing you're going to do is you're going to complete your product, which we're going to show you how to do it very quickly. You're going to test your product and prove that you have sales and that people want it, and you're going to build your audience. That's it. You're not going to scale. You're not going to funnelize it. You're not going to do, you just want to make sure, hey, do I have something? And can I build a group of people that love me and love the topic enough that they'll buy more stuff from me in the future? Stage 1, while you're doing that, you're probably going to end up crossing 100,000 in sales. Probably, okay? It could be less, more. None of this is like written in stone. Then you're going to move to stage 2. Stage 2 is when you're between 100,000 and $1 million in revenue. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the time you start to worry about funnels. See, one of the cool things about funnels is you can instantly double or triple your revenue. So if you're making 100,000 down here, you go to stage 2, you build a funnel, you probably take a revenue jump right to 300,000 thanks to the funnel. Congratulations. Stage 2, you also start to look at your copy. You want to write a little bit better copy, but you know what? Maybe you can hire a copywriter now because you're making money already. This is what I always tell people. People say they're scared of paid traffic or hiring copywriters or hiring funnel experts. And I always laugh and say, what you're scared of is the money that you're going to spend because you're going to end up spending money that's at risk. And they say, yeah. And I say, well, I'll tell you what, I don't want you to do that to begin with. You are not ready to even look at those things until you've made $100,000 from your business. And if you've made $100,000 from your business, some of that had to have been profit. You've made profit. You use the profit. Go ahead and use the profit to move yourself to stage 2. Invest. It was never came out of your pocket. And people go, oh my God, that's brilliant. I love that. Yes, that's how it's designed. That's how it's supposed to be, but no one's out there talking about it. And they're falling into all of these problems because of it. Okay, so stage 2 is all about funnels, good copy. And you know what? Now that you have already figured out where your audience is, you got to build that audience. So between building the audience to bigger and adding a funnel and improving your copy, that should ride you to your first million in revenue. Now, you move to stage 3. This is where we start to do some of the more advanced stuff that you've been stressing about. Stage 3 is from 1 million to 3 million in revenue. This is where what we're going to do is we're going to add more products. Now our audience is big enough, they're asking us, hey, I want to learn about this. Hey, I want to learn about that. Hey, I want a continuity program. Hey, I want to mastermind with you. Hey, I want to come to an event to see you. Hey, I want to learn about this. I want to have an advanced course on this. And you're going to start to look at that and you're going to pick 1, 2, or 3 new things that you're going to launch. And that typically will get you from 1 to 3 million because now you'll have multiple funnels, multiple products. You have a bigger audience, but this is one place now where I would say you are ready to begin injecting traffic. This is where paid traffic begins. But notice how you were never ready for paid traffic until you had a funnel, until you had a bigger audience, and until you had tested it, and until you had enough money coming from that business to allow you to pay for said traffic. But that's going to be what's going to get you from 1 to 3. A little bit of paid traffic so you get to start playing with it. More products, more funnels. Optimization along the way. Keep optimizing the copy and the conversion. And then the last step, ladies and gentlemen, which is of my pyramid, which is stage 4, which is going to be what you do to get from 3 million to 10 million. And that's all paid traffic. You got enough products, you got enough funnels, you just got to pour more people into it. And so do you notice how sometimes people are worried about what they're going to do, but you're having stage 4 problems and you're still in stage 1. So what I wanted to share with you today is stage 1 is exactly what this masterclass is about. Go to Lurn, LURN.com/8. I have built the community for you that will take you from stage 1 all the way through stage 4. And we're going to talk about it at the end of the masterclass. You'll never have to pay more money. You don't have to get nickeled and dimed and pay for 38 courses. We've resolved all of that. But I need you to join the masterclass first. Watch the basic core training. Make sure this is the right thing for you. Commit to entering into stage 1 and then join us inside the community that we've built for you. So right now, all I wanted to share with you, that's the Empire formula. That's the 4 stages. Ask yourself something. Have you been letting a stage 3, stage 4 problem hold you back from entering stage 1? If so, let's clear it out and let's make it happen. Information marketing, going to be a $1 trillion industry by 2028. You cannot miss out on this absolutely amazing trend. I've been doing this for 20 years. It's the best business model. I love it. I'm blessed to have it. And I'm asking you, challenging you to get involved right now and to make it happen. This is Anik Singal reminding you, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the heck back. Lurn.com/8. I will see you on the masterclass live September 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. See you later. Bye.
Thanks for listening to The Fighting Entrepreneur with your host, Anik Singal.